Hello, welcome to Jade Kind Gaming. My name is Adam, and this is the recap from session 25. Because of an unexplained audio issue, which I apologize for, I have not been able to reproduce it, so I don't know how to guarantee it will never come back, but I will do my best. I don't know why it happened in the first place.
It was aliens.
It was aliens, apparently. Austin noticed and didn't tell me. If you see the aliens behind me next time, let me know.
Hey, they were just, doing their thing. I wasn't gonna bother them.
Anyways, before every session, we have Ryan recap us about what happened in the previous session, so I decided, since it might be annoying to listen to that audio, I would include this so you can watch the recap of session 25 and just move on to session 26. If that makes things easier.
So then you can actually appreciate how insane his notes are and why we just use them.
Why he gets a computer.
Yes. I had to DM my own game so I could have a computer.
What did we call session 25? The Scooby-Doo chase?
It was Zim Universe's Excellent Guide to the Warf.
Okay. So, anyway, starting off session 25, we ended up having some conversations about what we could potentially do about the garden, including getting more money out of it and things of that nature. Hannah hangs out in a bar in another zone called the Earth Crawler's Nook Bar. The main patrons of the bar are dwarves, and the bartender is a dwarf as well. Sitting at the corner of the table near the bar, a couple dwarves and a tiefling woman laughing together at a table. Halfling is Hannah's wife, Janet. I offer Hannah to work for our organization at a 1.5% of the budget that would be added to Abbott's part of the organization. Richter ends up using his Portent dice along with my persuasion in order to make sure the outcome of the negotiations are successful. Maribel teaches Huxley how to bark on command. Speak in Druidic is the command word. Mary spends time leisurely strolling for about 8 hours during his long rest as he no longer needs to sleep. I end up spending the day going around proselytizing people in order to come and join my sermon, which will be tomorrow. We had Spartacus go looking for replacement parts for the bits of yank that have gone a bit rank, and including the red snapper, crocodile, and some other scaly bits.
Cat.
Molly says that she had that she had received rumors that she had heard from Forrest's location and that he's in the Warf district. Tells Maribel and talks with Richter and informs me. Maribel wild shapes into a horse and lets Richter and Molly ride on her back to the wharfs. Molly says that he might also have the debt books. The guarded garden got a rumor that they overheard talking about Jenny and suggested looking at the wharfs. I head to the Horse's Head bar. Mary returns to the Red Horse Inn. 30 minutes for Maribel to arrive to the wharf. Natural 20 investigation for Richter and finds out that there is a full tour guide to the wharfs that includes where you can get some laydown for betting, and it's called Zim Universe, the Tour Guide. 19 potential inn or taverns with rooms and places that could potentially be stayed. 4 different places with pricing from the guidebook, pretty affordable. They head to the Hollow Fury Inn and Tavern. Look around and spot a few blondes, but not honey blonde. Maribel pays 3 gold to the bartender to convince him to see if Forrest and Jenny are in, but says They are not. With a successful persuasion, 35 minutes of 1 hour of enhanceability left. Maribel spots an Aarakocra with similar coloration to Eva Joe at a fancier tavern, a country club-like environment. Still seat yourself place with a better bard playing than the last tavern. Tell Molly to go and wait outside for any runners. Unbutton suit, and seems to. Oh yeah, Molly unbuttons her suit, and it seems to have a black silk leotard that she's wearing that covers his body underneath. Checking the guidebook, finds prices of fancier alcohol and regular priced mead. 15 to 16 people at the bar with Jake and Klaus. I grabbed Jake. Klaus and Roy and 2 boys, and we intimidate the carriage driver into driving us over to the wharf at 45 minutes ride time. Guidebook negates all survival checks for this zone. The Wolf and the Lamb is a fancier tavern. The Iron Crab is being searched by Maribel and ends up going and talking to our one boy who doesn't quite remember anything, but offers crab oil.
Want to borrow?
Close to the water is where the richer buildings are. Find the Wolf and Lamb sitting down for dinner is the sign outside. Spot Molly outside of the building, keeping watch. Says to ask Wolfgang about any updates. Iron Crab Maribel asks for Forrest, and the barkeep yells their names out. Ichabod Crab, the owner. Says they don't find the names in the book. Mary is informed about the runner. Forrest is in the wharfs and flies off to the wharf, so Mary using his little wings, because I had sent whatever guy from the Horsehead Tavern to go and tell him. Harpoon Thrust with ladies hanging around outside. Well, it was ladies and dudes, but old elven woman tells Maribel to look around, pays 1 gold for a yes or no answer, and gets a no. Waterthorn in directions from the Iron Crab Ichabod. Mary arrives and looks around for rough and devious sorts of people. We get told about the alligator helix on the other side of the wharfs, the mystical moon, the rat's shield, the fallen rain. There was a man who was working on the book. Maribel visits the mystical moons and finds a small gnomish innkeeper, Sprout Sprinkles, the mystical moon inn owner. I pay a goblin 2 silver pieces for information about the people that I'm looking for outside of the Harpoon's Thrust, and what direction that I might be able to find Maribel, who's also running around. Mary is taking the form of the gnomish Gary Busey, and meets up with Klaus and starts talking about where to find that bastard Forrest who stole his girl. I asked the mystical moon innkeeper if they've seen or have suggestions for places where I could look, and he tells me after I persuade him. Pearlescent Jade Inn, a higher tier inn, is visited by Maribel, and the attendance, the service desk is attended by a female half-orc with a top knot. And they seem to be professionally unhelpful, but he makes an insight check to see that they at least have some recognition of the people that he's asking about. I end up going to the alligator helix and find a female minotaur innkeeper, and I pay 2 gold for a room on the 3rd floor. And I'm going with my boy Jake and Roy.
So TLDR, we've been running circles, or they've been running circles around the Wharf District trying to find where Forrest and his girl are. Forrest and Jenny. Darn them.
I mean, Forrest just ran.
Well, Wolfgang is gambling on what was it?
The lamb,
Wolf and Lamb.
yeah.
And has been spending a couple of hours just sitting there, waiting for them to come down for him.
Well, Molly and Richter.
Well, Molly's outside because no one has gone out and convinced her to do otherwise.
Yeah.
So, with that, you kind of know what happened. If it was too annoying to watch, I'm sorry. I don't know why it happened, and I hope it doesn't happen again. I'm going to do what I can. I've retightened all connections. That's the only thing I can think of is maybe some connection was loose. So I have retightened them all. They are good now. And please, when it comes out, enjoy session 26, which we are now going to film.